What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys my review for Boruto Chapter 67. And wow, what a way to continue off of last month's cliffhanger where we had Boruto on the ground with a hole in his chest thanks to Kawaki. A lot of people I saw thought he was dead, but we all know since he's the main character, we all expected that he would come back. And in this chapter, I feel like we got a lot of pretty cool moments, a lot of memorable moments, and overall, just thanks to this chapter, it'll be interesting to see where they take things now down the road. So let's talk about what happened exactly, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I'm expecting from here on. But the chapter starts off with Naruto actually rushing over to Boruto's body, which is now laying there lifeless. While this is happening, Code is in shock as well. He's talking to Ada, and they were both not expecting this to happen. But Ada does warn Code that she will not tolerate him using Kawaki as a sacrifice now in return, because now if Boruto is dead, the only person who can really fulfill Code's goal now is Kawaki. So while this is going on, Code kicks away Shikamaru from him, and he actually tries to retreat because he notices that he's at a disadvantage now in this battle because he couldn't keep up with Borushiki, which also means he wouldn't be able to keep up with Kawaki at the moment because Kawaki was able to keep up with Borushiki. So as he's trying to get away, Kawaki actually stops him using his eye. He uses Ishiki's ability where he goes and he shrinks an object, so he ends up shrinking down Code's claw marks, and as a result, he tells Code that he will eliminate Code, because if he can eliminate his own brother, quote unquote, he can definitely eliminate a guy like Code. So the fight begins, and Kawaki dominates this fight. Code is at a disadvantage pretty much throughout. Code seems to be just trying to evade for the most part. While this is happening, Shikamaru rushes over to Naruto to find out that Boruto is dead. And while Shikamaru is there trying to talk to Naruto, Naruto is in shock. He's in disbelief. He's asking Shikamaru if he's dreaming, or like pretty much just, in a state of how could this happen? There's no way this actually happened. And he's so distraught that he even stopped using his Sage mode. It's like he lost his will to fight completely, which is perfectly understandable. This was actually one of my favorite scenes of the chapter because you see how much Boruto means to Naruto, of course, because he's his son, but great moment nonetheless. And what goes on from here is also adding to my favorite scene, where we have Shikamaru telling Naruto to snap out of it and to help Kawaki out so they can take out Code once and for all. But Naruto is having none of it. He's just completely focused on Boruto right now. He's not even concerned in the slightest about what else is going on. He's letting Kawaki do his thing. His only thing right now is to somehow, some way wake up Boruto. Meanwhile, the Code versus Kawaki fight is nearing an end, and Kawaki's about to deliver the final blow. Code knows he's about to lose, and right when Kawaki is about to use his signature blast attack that we see all the time, especially in the anime, Code comes in and uses his claw marks, brings out Damon to reflect Kawaki's big attack. And while this happens, Shikamaru actually spots Damon, and he's like, "Who's that?" But what happens now is Kawaki's laying there unconscious, or at least pretty badly beaten up now because he took the brunt of that attack. He did not die because Code had to reassure Ada that Kawaki is still alive, because if he wasn't, Ada said she would have had Damon take out She would have had Damon take out Code if Kawaki was dead. But luckily for Ada, Code checked Kawaki's pulse and made sure he was good. And at that point, pretty much he had to retreat because he was in a situation, even though now he took out Kawaki, let's say Naruto and Shikamaru had decided to get involved in the battle now, things could have gotten bad for him still because of the fact that he has been weakened from all the hits he just took from Kawaki and throughout the whole fight he had with Borushiki. So he's definitely taken a lot of damage. He would have been at a disadvantage, and there's always a chance Kawaki could have gotten up. So he makes his retreat. Then we move on from there. Code pretty much just says he needs his limiters removed before he can fight everyone here again, specifically Kawaki. I do know some people were wondering, like, why didn't he just grab Kawaki then and try to make his escape? But I think, once again, he was too badly beaten up, and Kawaki could have easily just taken him out there. And there's a chance that if Code had taken Kawaki back with him, Kawaki could have just taken him, Ada, and Damon out all there too somehow. And that would have been pretty disastrous for him. So he actually went the smart route and left him behind for now, and plots on going after him again after his limiters are removed. Then we go back to Shikamaru. He says to Naruto that they should reconsider how they're going to deal with Kawaki from here on. And Naruto still considers Kawaki family here despite what just happened. He says Kawaki's not completely to blame, and that despite what had just happened, he still is family. But Shikamaru, this is one of my favorite few pages of the chapter as well, where Naruto and Shikamaru go through an intense exchange, and Shikamaru's like, Naruto, he killed your son. And then Naruto tells him enough. Like, he doesn't want to hear it. Naruto, despite seeing what just happened, he still cares for Kawaki, and that makes it very interesting to see how he would treat him now down the line if Boruto had not waken up. But that's the next point we're getting to. Boruto right then regains consciousness, and Naruto actually hugs Boruto immediately. You could tell it's a pretty emotional moment. A big thing to note is that Boruto's chest is now also healed. So what happened is that we get the last 10 pages of the chapter involving a time freeze type of scene with Boruto and Momoshiki. So Momoshiki apparently saved Boruto by reviving the last 18% of the chakra that needed to be extracted for the karma data as Boruto's own cells. Because as of this point in the story, 82% of the Otsutsuki transformation had been completed. But now, since Boruto would have died and Momoshiki needs a living vessel to resurrect, he had to save Boruto by making the last 18% his cells. So this way, Momoshiki cannot resurrect anymore completely. This makes it completely impossible to do that. But this still lets him have a connection to the living world, because that's how I understood it, at least. I thought that if you look at what Momoshiki was saying, he was saying that if he had not healed Boruto at all, he would have completely lost his way to the living world. Like, he would not even be able to see everything through Boruto, for example. At least with this way, maybe we're going to get something like a Momoshiki Boruto swap type of situation at certain points. At least that's what I'm thinking. But the big twist here now is that even with this last 18% being used, this makes Boruto now 100% pure Otsutsuki. And that means Code can now sacrifice him to the Ten Tails in order to revive the Divine Tree and to get the chakra fruit he wants. Lastly, a big point of the chapter that I want to go over is Momoshiki saying way back in the Momoshiki Chunin exams arc that those blue eyes shall take everything from you eventually, right? And he says that still hasn't happened yet. Boruto asked him about it, and Momoshiki just laughs it off, and he says when it does happen, it'll be a spectacle. Final page of the chapter pretty much showed that Code needs to make his move to get to Amado soon, and Ada was like, how are you going to do that if you haven't put down a single mark in the whole Leaf Village yet, but turns out Code actually marked Shikamaru. And this gets us to wonder now, what will be the next arc of Boruto? Are we going to go to the time skip and have stuff happen? Or are we going to get another pre-time skip arc before we get there? I know some people are really, really dying to get to this time skip, but I feel like it wouldn't hurt to have another arc as long as it's still interesting and good for the story. I would like to see the time skip, but I'm okay with waiting another arc / mini arc if it means that we get some amazing setup for the actual time skip. So I'm thinking we're going to get a Code invasion arc somehow. Ada is going to look out in the village, I'm assuming, and Code is going to strike Shikamaru probably sometime when he's near Amado, as well as a time where there's not too much defense around him. Maybe it could be a one chapter thing and we might not even see anybody get there to stop Code in time before he abducts Amado, or maybe we will get to see a fight in the village. Anything's possible. Let me know what you guys think of that part in the comments below. But overall, this chapter, great chapter. Not as good as last month, I think, but pretty close to it. I'm going to give this chapter an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. Great chapter. I'm pretty excited to see what direction they go in next month, because I'm pretty sure next month we're going to have an idea of if we're going to just have some aftermath and then the time skip, or if we're going to be setting up completely for a new arc pre-time skip. So we'll have to find out. Let me know what your prediction for that is in the comments below. But overall, like I said before, a great chapter, great moments in this chapter. The only thing I kind of wish the Boruto manga would improve upon is the art, because if you do compare the art in this manga compared to, I guess, Naruto, you really can't make a good comparison, because Kishimoto was a lot better at drawing than what we're getting now. But hopefully it just continues to improve so that it can at least be consistently solid and that we can get better action scenes. But we'll see what direction they go with that as well. I'm sure it'll improve as it goes. But that's going to be it for my review. What did you guys think of the chapter? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.